All right, it's Friday, December 27th. Just wanted to follow up on Netflix. It's moving up nicely after buying calls here at the lower blue line. I described that in the previous video. Price came down, big red bar, kind of below the 900 area, had an orderly pullback. Then a secondary push kind of failed to hit the lows of the day and started higher. So I decided to buy some calls here, anticipating high probability we would get to this target right here, which we just got to, and it looks like we're getting through that, so that's nice, because that's kind of the key inflection point, is to think that maybe we could roll over back to the downside. So the options are moving up nicely now. I bought those 890 calls at 20.54. They're asking 24, so almost 3.5 points higher, and price is moving up strongly. This is an interesting close that might be developing into Friday. It's a big red bar that you got to kind of work your way through, but you never know for sure. On the daily chart, you can see we're forming a potential hammer bar, and this could be an interesting trade to hold on to, although it's kind of aggressive with, the end of the year developing and a lot of volatility in play. But anyway, in terms of that, I'll decide if I want to possibly hold some of that longer term. I definitely like the long-term picture on this stock. Weekly chart moving up, 3 weeks of pausing in here, which is nice. It's not really pulling back all that much. 3 red. Eventually, you're expecting another push higher above the 950 area, and maybe, psychological 1000 area and everything like that. But for now, we've had a bunch of failures, and that's what I described in the first video. Inside bar here on the weekly chart, it failed to go down, and it moved down, but then failed to reach its target. Then we had the 2 up week earlier this week, so you kind of expected it to maybe push to those highs, but that failed a little bit to the downside too. But now you're getting that 2 up failure that by the end of the week is failing to reach its low of the week. And you can see here we've come down a couple of times in this area, and it's brought in a lot of buying. So when I saw this kind of one secondary attempt down that didn't quite want to reach the lows of the day, I decided it's time to look for a move back up again. It's developing. You can take base hit gains, scale out, set up a nowhere trade. If you want to watch it real closely, if the options come all the way back to your entry point, you can break even and continue to watch the daily chart in the days ahead for better maybe daily signals to the upside. But I'm going to see if we get a little reversal here. You never know on a Friday what's going to unfold. But this first move down was a big red bar, and we really never followed through much below the first bar low in terms of trying to continue for the day. So a lot of good opportunities, I think, on this one to the upside. You just got to patiently wait for it, and this big gap down might end up being an interesting long-term buy here below 900 to move much higher, but we're going to find that out on the daily chart as days goes ahead. But for now, it's a good either short-term base hit gain, or it could end up, we're going to see how this daily bar closes. Can we get all the way up and start eating into this red bar by the end of the day and have a nice hammer bar? But we'll find that out in the afternoon with about 2 hours to go in trading. Not necessarily expecting it. It's kind of hard to eat through a bar like this, but it could be the start of a reversal back in the bigger picture all the way, to start making new highs on this stock. I have, pretty good high expectations for this stock overall in the big picture. So, with 3 weeks of pulling back here, I'm looking for all kinds of buy opportunities. So let's see how this daily chart ends up. So far, though, a good looking, trade buying the calls down here at the lower blue line.